The first 5 steps to self-improvement. To improve and progress, it is important to know your natural inclinations and ensure that they do not become reflexes. The growing number of demands and challenges we constantly face, along with recent global disruptions, including lockdowns, have caused self-improvement to experience a resurgence in interest and popularity. Most people realize that it is an important part of their well-being. But have you ever thought about what it means to take care of yourself and improve yourself? If you move beyond the pleasure and rewards, you can explore a bigger goal that could change your life. Let's start by asking ourselves 3 questions in order to undertake a process of personal improvement. Am I fully aware of what I am feeling in this present moment? What can I record in my diary? What thoughts come to me? Who can I fully trust? Emotional intelligence allows us to grow and improve. Learn how to improve your emotional intelligence through better self-knowledge. Find inner peace and build better resilience and self-management. Discover techniques to improve yourself. Number 1, self-improvement requires better self-knowledge. How do you define self-knowledge? We define emotional intelligence as our ability to process our emotions in a positive way, to express ourselves or help us cope with difficult situations, but also to relieve our stress or contribute to positively impacting those around us. Emotional intelligence is made up of 4 pillars, namely, self-knowledge describes the conscious knowledge we have of our being, our character, our desires, our dreams, our feelings, our fears, our strengths and weaknesses. This inner image of ourselves helps us to define healthy boundaries with others and allows us to express our feelings according to a given situation. Social awareness reflects our ability to put ourselves in the place of others and integrate their emotions as well as to show empathy for those around us. Social awareness also incorporates compassion and understanding of what guides others to engage in such behavior as well as their feelings, fears, desires, and motivations. Self-management includes our ability to cope with our life and the events governing it, as well as the tools that allow us to improve ourselves. It also allows us to consider the necessary actions to take for positive change. Additionally, self-management incorporates the actions we need to take in order to make our lives better. The management of our relationships with others includes our empathy in the broad sense as well as our understanding of each other's emotions. Managing with others helps us resolve conflicts and allows us to improve our relationships with those around us, whether at work or outside, and is also meant to influence others. Why is self-knowledge a founding pillar to personal improvement? Every human being, regardless of their age and stage of life, has self-knowledge and the ability to improve during their lifetime. Better understanding our feelings keeps us moving. Integrating our negative emotions takes courage. As we learn to better manage our thoughts along our personal journey, we must continue to improve. Self-management is then an integral part of the process of getting us on the right track for our well-being and having a positive impact by making the right decisions. Self-knowledge is the first step leading to personal improvement. If we don't understand who we are and can't make the right decisions for our well-being and our lives, and if we are anxious, we can get lost along the way and end up in a life that is not ours or with people who do not match us or will hurt us. In order to come to a better self-knowledge, we must set up new habits and adhere to them in order to look inside ourselves without judgment. Number 2, free yourself from destructive thoughts that cause us pain. A lot of people suffer silently. No need to specify that these thoughts can lead to not trusting in oneself and to questioning for the wrong reasons. These contents can start a series of sufferment in ourselves on a small or large scale. And these thoughts that we are fighting on a daily basis can start to fill our life with negative emotions. In these circumstances, it is hard to focus on personal development. Yet we can understand the reason why these thoughts keep coming back to poison our lives and backtracking to allow them to free our mind. This ends in reducing anxiety, suffering, and it creates a favorable state to better our lives. We are in an era where announcements and harmful realities are piling up. War, the fear of running out of essential products, the fear of not being able to heat yourself, the fear of experiencing a climatic catastrophe and suggesting that you give up. It sometimes happens that when we have to carry out more or less urgent tasks, our mind is invaded by a flood of thoughts that can become very intrusive to the point that we become unable to do anything constructive. It is therefore impossible to get rid of them, especially when you carry out a task that requires you to use your concentration and they come to disturb your work. Zoom in on a few small keys to avoid having these thoughts that waste your time and that go around in our minds. Number 3, cultivate detachment. You have certainly already felt that you are always rehashing the same emotions and that you cannot get rid of these negative thoughts. Being disappointed in yourself, feeling useless, being frustrated for not having given your all. Or if you are a competitive athlete, to feel your arms stiffen, your legs get heavy as soon as there is something at stake because you want to win too much or because you are afraid of losing. You then say to yourself, if only I could achieve emotional detachment. If only I could free myself from these programs that are going on a loop in my head. It is why we are hooked to what things signify for us. Learning to detach from people or issues that you've been overly concerned about doesn't mean you're going to stop worrying about them and shut yourself down completely. Detachment refers to the ability to disengage mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically from another person's life and from responsibilities and problems that we cannot solve. Number 4, find your way and your objectives in life. We all create our way and goals to achieve in life. Everyone has at least one unique talent and a personal way of expressing it. A fundamental goal is therefore to discover who we really are. One can ask oneself, what inspires me on a daily basis? Why am I doing this job? What are my true aspirations in life? You probably remember with nostalgia the time when setting goals was quite simple. With the step-by-step method recommended by our coaches, put in place the first elements to define your professional and personal goals and achieve them. So, are you ready to discover how to find your life goals? Take inventory. This is an essential step so that you don't feel like you're starting from scratch. Before typing list 100 life goals into your favorite search engine for inspiration, first take the time to check in with yourself by asking yourself the following questions. What works well in my daily life? What are the elements to improve? Now that you have clearer ideas, take a step back and look at the rest of your daily life. To make your review more visual, you can also fill in the satisfaction wheel. To do this, rate your level of satisfaction in each area of your life from 1 to 10. Physical environment, health, love and family relationships, social life, work, finance, hobbies, personal development. Number 5, find your way and your life goals. Each person can find their way and goals to achieve in their life. Each one of us always has the talent that allows us to do some things superior to others. But there are needs for every talent. And when your needs complement the expression of your talent, that's what gives sense to life. A fundamental goal is therefore to discover who we really are. Also, it's important to express our talent as often as possible, and also use it to serve others. One can ask oneself, what inspires me on a daily basis? Why am I doing this job? What are my true aspirations in life? You probably remember with nostalgia the time when setting goals was quite simple. So, are you ready to discover how to find your life goals? What works well in my daily life? List your successes, your pride, the good times spent. In a few words, take stock of the positive. What lessons can I learn from my successes? Number 5, all of us have our beliefs. We all also have our integrity and principles that no one should be able to take from us. Sadly, it's not always like that. For example, a person with low self-esteem that always thinks that no one will genuinely love him will pass through more reputation. So, we should let go of those beliefs that destroy us and have more empathy with ourselves. Having this type of outlook on life, you will notice that your loved one will start to show you way more love because it all starts from within.